Hello, I'm David Wooley. Most of the news these days is bad, and a lot of the news from Africa is very bad. We have just returned from the Homa Bay district of Victoria Lake, and we bring good news. A small village we've been filming in for a couple of days. From there, 4 decades ago, a small boy, Tobias, worked very hard herding his father's cattle in the morning for 3 or 4 hours, then home for breakfast, then run to school. His application and hard work at school was rewarded, and he went to study in university in America. Today, that same man is representative of the Embassy of the United States here in Nairobi. He is a man with a mission. He gathered a few like-minded people together and formed a group called Meko to honor his father and his village and repay what they gave him during his upbringing. His aim is to upgrade the value of life, to upgrade their quality of life, and to start the first step, he has a project, Meko.
Yeah, those are our boxes. I am chairman and founder of Meko, Kenya Enterprise Microfund Organization, an organization which takes care of its own people, the rural village, peasant farmers, an organization which brings pride, joy and integrity to the peasant farmer by assisting and working with them to promote beekeeping and production of honey, high quality honey, which assist the farmers and assist the women to get their dignity back and promote coexistence and sharing of ideas together. This organization was started in the year 2001 with small assistance from a church in Washington, D.C. And we started out with about 20 beehive boxes, and as of today, as we speak now, we have 80 beehive boxes. You can see that I'm surrounded with some of the boxes from one of the farms that we are working with. Today we have 80 beehives and an enrollment or a membership of 30.
I'll just do it.
Let me introduce the project coordinator who actually works with the farmers on a daily-to-day basis to explain how the Langstroth beehive works and how we do the harvesting and how the farmer benefits from this project.
Beehive system actually was founded in 1851 by an American called Lorenzo Langstroth, and actually that's where the name came from. The discovery of this Langstroth came about as bee farmers had the problem of actually checking or inspecting their hives, because most of the hives which used to be there were actually sealed both sides, and there was no way you could inspect and see how the combs or how the bees are doing inside their colony. So he discovered that when the bees are building the combs, what actually is maintained is the distance or the gap between the combs, which is 1/4 of an inch or 8 to 9 millimeters. And that space is always constant, no matter how big or how large the combs are going to be built. So what he discovered is that you can make movable combs, and that can allow you to inspect your hives and see how they are performing. So from then a lot of research. So the Langstroth system has actually 2 chambers. The lower chamber is called the brooder. This is where the bees live. The queen, the drone, and the worker. This is what constitutes a colony of a bee. And the upper part is called the super. This is specifically for keeping or storing extra honey. Okay, inside the super, there are frames, and the frames have starter combs. You can see that the starter comb is already fixed on the frame, and the bees, once they colonize this box or the hive, they build these combs and fill it. Then they start putting their food and also start laying their eggs. After that, they move up and they start depositing honey on the super. And that's actually what the farmer is supposed to harvest. Now, let me talk about how we work with our farmers. The hives actually are a little bit expensive. Each is Kenya shillings 4,300 and 4,500. And to assist the farmers, we normally give the box on loan, so that they just pay what we call the ownership, which is just about 10% of the cost. And once that is done, we give out the boxes, and we normally recover that, our loan, when we do harvesting. And this one is only done once harvesting is done. So, and we share with the farmers the proceeds on a 50-50 basis, so that at the end of the season, once the farmer finishes paying for the box or finishing the loan, the box now becomes the property of the farmer. But we still continue to assist, giving them technical advice and also in harvesting the honey.
Okay, we're here in this beautiful savanna land, about 45 kilometers from Lake, and going to enhance the quality of life for the local farmers. Many problems. They struggle to scrape a living from the soil and explain a bit more fully what's going on.
Thank you, David. As a part of what is known as alternative sustainable livelihood, and also to assist women, peasant farmers, to help them have an additional income and also to reduce the workload on them.
Yeah.
So this is really our mission, and I think it is important to say at this point that you know, this is a very proud group of people, a very proud community. What we are doing here and what we have started doing here actually is really making a lot of people happy. We see that we can do more.
And it's also been done by the people on the land, standing on their own 2 feet, not asking for anything. Exactly. You don't want anything now. What you want is contacts worldwide to buy the product, because it's a very exclusive, wonderfully useful product. It's pure.
They don't use herbicides, even pesticides, when
to
kill the weeds.
Of course.
So the honey we are producing is pure natural honey.
Yeah.